can show you what love's supposed to feel like. I can show you what love's supposed to be. I can show you what love's supposed to feel like. I can show you, yeah. I can show you, yeah.
We're online, ready to fire away. A digital breeze from cybernet seas. We may not make it out of the bay. Just unwind, it doesn't matter anyway. Try not to freeze or throw away the keys. The predator is now the prey. Things could be different. Things could be alright. Things could be innocent when dark becomes light. We're online, ready to fire away. Powered by a dream, connected to a screen. The Revo's in 4K.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. This time I wasn't that late, huh? Just a couple of minutes, boys. How y'all doing? Welcome back. It doesn't mean that I didn't just wake up literally just now. I'm still experiencing really crappy sleep overall, I gotta say. But how y'all doing? Welcome back. Hope all of you are having a good one. We got some duels tonight. Plus, you won't be able to make it tonight. That's unfortunate, but we'll just have to press on. I appreciate you being here yesterday, my guy. Also, next week, we got ray testing. I'm actually thinking, chat, maybe, because ray testing will be Thursday, Friday, maybe we'll spend the Friday just working on ray testing and you know, we'll do duels Saturday. You know what I mean? Just keep one day for duels. I'm still shopping the idea. I haven't decided anything, but I'll figure out what I want to do, because I kind of missed the raid testing. I thought that would have been really, really fun to be a part of. Just seeing some of these fights, I think, has been helpful for me when learning them. But yeah, I'm still shopping the idea. How y'all doing though? Hope everybody's having a good one. I'm hopping on over on the EU. Trying to see if we can put some groups together, boys. Hopefully we'll have, if Rick is on or Colby are on, I'm sure they'll be fine leading the groups. So as long as I have one of them leading, then I think we'll be okay. Riptides, hold on a second. Hey, heard the duels tonight? Hell yeah, man. Hell yes, my man. Hell yeah, we got the dude. We got this shaman homie, man. That's gonna be fun. You guys remember him? He came in, popped in like I don't remember when, like last week or a week ago. No, 2 weeks ago, I want to say now. Prop safer if you just try test it on Friday with how bad their testing schedule has been lately. That's what I'm saying, dude. Thursday we didn't, like last time we tried doing raid testing. Thursday couldn't even get anything done. Friday there was raid testing, but that's about it. So maybe we'll just do it Thursday raid testing, Friday raid testing, just so we can actually test some of these fights and get a glimpse of them. I think that stuff has been really helpful for me. What the hell? Mind Slurp. What is this toy he's got? That looks sick. Hold on. Wait, there's like a drunk animation and you're all purple. Huh? Mind Slurp. Do you need a Mind Slurp? Hold on. Is that like a pet? Mind Slurp. Yeah. One shudder to imagine whether the name is based off of what it does. Wait, do you need this pet to go purple like that? That's kind of sick. Where do you get this thing, man? Anybody know? Anybody a pet aficionado? I kind of want it just for that purple effect. That looks sick. Plus you get that new animation too. That's kind of cool. All right, chat. We got ourselves a group together. We're gonna be putting it up right now. Groups are live in LOG. If y'all want to join in, you're more than welcome to them. Sorry about that. Question also, yeah, we're gonna have Leo in tonight as well. Because if as long as they have somebody, like 2 people that I have on BNet in this week, in this evening, then we can get some duels together. Rick, okay, we can make Rick lead on this group. That'll work out. Beautiful. How to join duels? I mean, it's a list exactly how to join duels. So you'll find the groups in the LFG, boys, if y'all want to join in. Let me see if we can pin it real quick. Beautiful. Alrighty, so we're gonna lead for this group. He's literally immediately DC'd. That's always good. And then we'll need a second group up and running here whenever possible. I want to see if Johnny's on tonight. Or we'll need somebody else to be... Hey, those tonight? One group together right now. Plush isn't in today. But Rick, hope you're in chat. Beryl, let's get Beryl in here, man. Let's go. Riptides. Let me know when to invite. Let's see if I can snag up Riptides real quick. I'm gonna see if I can snag him real quick. Look at he's playing, dude. Hell yeah. Can now. Awesome. So then I just need Riptides. Jay wants to join me. Yo, who the hell are we gonna have in the other group, man? Well, with this group we're 5. Well, this group we're set. Just need a sec. Okay, my group is ready. Lol. Dude, yeah, we got a group set together. I mean, it's so easy to put a group together when you just grab everybody insta, right? Holy, okay. This group is set. This, I'm gonna let them know real quick. This group is set. Going to make Rick your lead for the night. Letting Leo, having Leo let me know when he is set so we can game. Beautiful. Isn't it an 8 tonight? TAO? No. Normally it would be yes. Normally it would be. Under most normal conditions, yes. However, over in the NA, we found ourselves a little bit struggling to put some groups together. So we've just been doubling up on EU. Title says EU. My title says EU. ASUS EU. ASUS EU. Also, anybody joining the group right now, like FEK, you can join, but join the other group whenever Johnny gets one up and running. I guess he hasn't got one up and running right now. So there it is, there it is, there it is. So now he's got a group. Join him. FEK, join Johnny. Cobra, здорово, друг. Joins Johnny. Joins Johnny. Хорошо? У него команда. Johnny, you might need to, I mean, you could keep it the title that way, like 5V5 1V1 DUELS, whatever you want to do, man. But yeah, join the other group that isn't 5V5 1V1 DUELS. Because this group is all good. This group is all set. We can invite you guys, so you have to join the other one. Sign up for both. Just, you know what? Sign up for both. Oh, Facecam, you were right. You're right. You guys can't even see it. My B. Thank you, boys. Thank you, boys. I appreciate it. Привет, здорово. Join. Join другой команде. Потому что у нас все 6. Минус я будет 5. Damn. Thank you, Wes. Appreciate it. Yeah, we've done we tried doing NA. It's really difficult without like an extra influx of people. And even last time we did have a guild. It's like a dueling guild. Join us. And the regular homies came by and they were like, nah. Yeah, Chills and WAP found the duels a little too difficult. They were like, nah. It's a dueling guild with like monks and red pallies and there's blood rogues and warlocks in there. And they were like, nah. Nah, they're too good. I don't want to play against them. We actually got some groups together. We're like, nah, I don't want to play. So I can't help it, man. We'll try again when season 3 kicks off, yeah? We'll try doing NA duels when season 3 kicks off again, just because it'll give us a lot of like class changes, new sets, all that stuff, PvP talents, all those things, right? I'm sure the refresh death knights will get maybe Chills drawn out for like 2 seconds until he runs into another demon warlock maybe, and then I can see him just like dip completely, permanently for the rest of the season. Join the other group, and they need one more actually. With you, they'll have a 5 and they'll be good to go. Hell yeah. Join up the other one. Mine is full. Full to the brim. But join the other one. Alrighty. So once we have them with a 5, we'll be good to go. Rick also messaged me on BNet just so I have your like name somewhere on here, yeah? It'll make it a little bit easier. Hopefully you sign up for both groups, man. Hopefully Tixos signs up for both. DK super hard counter lock. Like, do you think so? I mean, I feel like demonology is a bit of a different beast, but to some degree, yes. To some degree, I can see why you'd say that, because you got grips, you got silences. It's pretty good anti-warlock kit, pretty good warlock lockdown kit, right? I don't think it's a shoe-in, right? I don't think it's a shoe-in. There's some classes that straight up hard counter others, right? Like Mage is used to hard counter pallies for a good while. Not as much anymore, I don't think. I think Dom Light playstyle just kind of changes things up a little. Yo, Tixos. I don't know if he did sign up for both or not. Johnny, if Tixos does sign up for your group, take him, but he's like the only other guy, man. He's the only other guy. What I can do is I can delist my group just so there's less confusion, and they'll just have only one group to sign up for. Right? They'll just have only one group to sign up to. There we go. I just need one. If Tixos joins you, then it'll be good to go, man. You'll get a 5-man team. But yeah. Hellfire skip 5k. Wait, people are offering mythic Hellfire skip for 5,000. I guess that is like the one skip per character, right? Damn, dude. That's wild. Hold on. I actually was talking to Kren about skips and stuff, if she has any. Have one for night hold, or apparently the game doesn't know what night hold is. Or HFC. Seeing if she has either one of those, because those are the worst ones. Alrighty, we're set. We're good. Rick Meister, I'm gonna need to get you on BNet here, man. Miss Legion Strike. Wait, Legion Strike's gonna miss? No, so not much of a Legion Strike, is it? Invite spectator match. Rick Meister and Johnny Boy 5 in the grand one. Here we are, boys. Did it work? Did it send? Or did it get like yeeted into the nether? What's happening? There we go. There we are. Running full runs of BOD. It really isn't bad as Sanctum somehow. Yeah, BOD ain't that bad, some way, somehow. I feel like BOD sucks as level 70 character, though. I was trying to do it as level 70 just because I got a bunch of 70 ults from Mop Remix that I never got to 80. It does feel very slow. Like, you get to the monkey fight as a horde, and you're there for like a good minute, and you're like, I don't want to do this. I'm just gonna come back on a max level character. But yeah, at least doing the LFR and being able to kill Jaina for a chance at a Gmod is nice. But yeah, dude, I've been running. Dude, I've gotten so many mounts so far. In 24 hours, I got like 4 or 5 of them. It is crazy. Actually crazy. I've been like taking one ult, and I've just been running them through like every expansion all the way down the line. Takes like a couple of hours, but it's still worth it, I think. It's pretty quick too. Plus, I'm getting the Blackrock Foundry Mythic skip, and I found out how to do that the Living Flame fight better. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Alrighty, which? Missing one over in Team Rig, but hopefully they're still loading in. We got Elo going to be up first, though, versus... Is it Cobre? Is it Cobre? Demon Hunter versus a Demon... a Demon Accomplice? Demon... I was gonna have a cool word for this, actually. A cohort, I think. A demon cohort is, I think, what I was gonna say initially. I guess that works, right? A cohort is gonna be the hunt instant opener by Elo with a succubus catching the demon hunter, but is at least able to get some damage onto Cobra, who's got a Bonza Felt. He might have to backflip out of it. It is gonna need a blur or something. Ivy to follow. Taking a lot of damage though, trying to see if he can get some sigil damage onto Cobra. Is gonna need some kind of a heal. There are some souls hanging on left hand side. Could pick him up for a little bit of healing. Warlock House also being used as well. Does go for immunity with the first aid. At the very least, the immunity does give you the ability to no longer take damage just for the first aid to happen for a bit. Fear AoE out of Cobra. Normally plays Mortal Cold, but instead AoE Fear, that is some work. It does DR himself with the succubus, however. Full meta out for Elo with a bit of a blade dance. Are you playing Eldraki? Or are you playing the other build? I can't even tell. Elo's super low though. That Overlord does swoop in for one big cleave, and with an Infernal, I think it's just gonna be way too much damage. Does end up going down. Who am I missing on team 1? Is it oh, you know who it is? It's Jay. It's Jayhawk. That's who it is. Barrel, go Sham. He's saying Sham to go. The bot is back in though, baby. The bot came in last time, and he actually popped off, and the bot is back in here with an AoE Fear immediately. Does have a stun for the pets, some of them at least. As they're going to be Cobra getting a couple of incinerates there just to build up the resources into a big old bolt to go. Infernal Bolt after is going to be an underground burrow. Something does connect with damage onto bot though. Is going to be able to back up out of there, avoiding that Cataclysm completely. And I'm about to say Rick, but that's not the Warlock in some game right now. And Cobra just trying to make sure there's plenty of distance between him and Bot. Bot is a sprint. Look at that movement speed. Look at him rushing over with that totem. Rooted the succubus all the way out there, so you can't even reach him. Lasso onto Cobra. Try to see if he can avoid the Pit Lord a little bit. And Cobra backing up out of there as best as he can. Quick AoE Fear to Bot, who doesn't have a trinket. Full Bloodlust available. Possibly going to be a gateway, or did he only use a gateway? Ascendance is active, but he is slowed down. He's just going to focus down. The succubus get Cobra to try to see if he can summon a fresh new one, and he's going to try to see if he can pressure it as best as possible. If he is quick enough, I don't know if he'll be able to get there quick enough, but he is fast, or it can have an AoE stun. Oh, that stun is going to stop him. You're going to have to fast summon it. You're going to have to fast summon it. He's going to make him drained of resources. It's going to be AoE Fear on an AoE stun. Still doesn't have a succubus. Shadow Fury does get interrupted into a couple of shocks. Does he get the damage? Bolted around the corner. Doesn't have anything to peel the shaman off of him for a second. So for Bot, this is an opportunity. Does have grounding for a second. Is going to be able to at least pick up a little bit of healing. Overlord jumps in. Does a bit of damage, but it doesn't matter. Tempests are flying out by Bot. He's going to have to go for fast summon on Succubus unless he doesn't have the Talon. Trank is this. Still doesn't have a summon on the Succubus. AoE Fear is, I think, available. Drop it down Big Infernal. AoE Fear. Does he have Bulwark? So it's going to be okay. He's got himself a bit of that Another Ward, a little bit of a heal as well. Rooted everything around here. It's going to be a Bloodlust. Everything available. He's got himself a proper big go here. This could potentially be his play. He doesn't have Ascendance. This is the only thing the Shaman is missing in terms of damage. Wall out for Cobra just to keep him some plenty healthy. It's going to go for that knock Shockwave back. Or a Thunderstorm back, rather. is going to be able to wait out that wall, so now he can go for kicks. Dark Pact is available for Cobra AoE Fury, but that AoE stun is going to connect with a capacitor totem. Have himself a Shadow Fury. Bold fast cast into a Fear right after. Bot has himself a wall in case he needs to Ruination. I don't even know if that's going to connect. Wall is being used here with a bit of that healing. Dark Pact for Cobra. Does he have another gateway? Got himself a port, but can he use the gateway again? Because Wad got himself plenty of mobility, is able to go for more Tempest back-to-back. Does have the gateway, but the Shaman able to recover. Looking to summon the first Syad yet again. AoE here is very, very short. It's going to move the totems just so you can get some more move speed. You can't stop the Shaman now. Look at him zooming. He's going to back up for a second. Get himself a bit of healing. Got himself range damage as well. Even more healing. Got himself plenty of shocks for the Warlock into a quick interrupt. Leaping and run over with a feral charge. Is going to be yet another board. Does not have a fear for a few seconds. So he's actually doesn't have much to do here. AoE stun off of that thunder. I think it might be lights. I think it could be done. Oh my god. Them storm strikes. I love this man's play with totems, dude. Moving that movement totem just to stay on the Shaman. Moving those stun totems around and everything. It is beautiful. Lemon roll, which is going to be Leo. Gotta be up next. It's going to go for an in-cap rude trade. Bot is going to go for a knockback. It does have a trinket for this as well. Does have a burrow as well. So you can, if anything, burrow down. This is a lot of damage on a lemon. This could potentially be a trade. Yep, going to be the trade he's looking for. Celestial Conduit, unable to reach him. As long as he can get away from him, he'll be okay. Knockup, that's going to be Lemon. Try to see if he can back up out of there. Going to be Big Ascent out for Bot. I don't know if he can go for any healing. I think he's just going to be locked down. Yeah, that Karma with all the full damage from a Monk just locks you down. Not much you can do in that situation. Not much you can do, because he just puts way too much pressure on you, and there's just no way for you to peel him. Absolutely no way to peel him. Ooh, biting shot onto Lemon while he's in a volley. For Barrel, that's an opportunity to get himself quite a bit of damage in there. With a couple of kill shots, too. Looks like he's not playing Dark Ranger. Oh my god, them kill shots. As a Sentinel. Sentinel kill shots apparently are very, very deadly. Tezos. I think it's Tezos. I want to call him Tezos. It's going to be up next. Barrel taking a lot of damage, but he's also got plenty of damage for Tezos as well. It's going to be IBF out of the Death Knight. Barrel trying to get some movement while casting. He's got himself those aim shot that he can use inside of that aspect of the cheetah, which is aspect of the fox now. Got himself another volley. Potentially big damage. Tezos got himself just enough healing in order to keep himself barely alive. Barrel does go down. There's just not much you can do as a hunter. Eventually, you do run out of options, and Tezos is able to take you down. That is so rough. Who's up next? Is it going to be Jayhawk? The G Willikers of the group? Or is it going to be Rick? Or is he just letting him go first? I don't even know. Fire. Oh, Frost Mage and the Demon Warlock. I actually think, technically, either one of them is hurting because dampening is going to be getting higher and higher. But Jay, I'd say, actually, both of them use healing, don't they? Alter, shields, plus Rick Meister. I think Rick probably lives better instead of high dampening, though. With the pets, if he plays it correctly, he probably could live better in higher dampening than Jay. Jay would need shields and everything. But who knows, really. It's going to be Jay. Try to see if he can get himself Ring of Frost, or not Ring of Frost, Frozen Orb with a Blizzard around the corner. It's going to be a couple of belts at Tezos. The guy's just gonna have to play the super slow and steady. He doesn't have himself a proper go. AMS, blind. That's an opportunity for you to have a best civic setup. Pet Zen is gonna go for a big apocalypse. Try to see if he can build some damage. AMZ, gripping Jay back in. He's gonna go for an AoE stun. I don't know if he can break it. At least you're in a dome, but that may not be enough. Try to see if he can live it. Death Strikes are barely keeping him alive. He's got himself the Riders as well. So that's a lot of potential damage. I think Tezos could just back up out of there. Yeah, back up out of there. Let your pets do a lot of work. He's going for Clubbing Shadows. Trying to keep Jayhawk disrupted. He's going to force a block out of the guy. He is the Frost Mage, so he's going to go for a bit of that recovery in that block. Tezos needs to be very careful here. He needs to go for AMS and let the pets do a lot of this work. He's still got an A-bomb. He's still got a Ghoul. I'm not going to be able to get them both empowered for a while, or at least Ghoul empowered. He's trying to see if he can get an interrupt on a Jay. Is going to go for a stun. AMS is up. I think he needs to go in, a bit of hit and run, and back up out of there. I don't think he needs to stay in for too long. Although he's getting some fantastic damage on a Jay. A Jay's going to go for the Altar, still taking lots of hits. Shields are up on keeping him alive, barely. Pet empowered, so as long as a pet can reach him, he'll be in a great spot. And whatever damage you can do from afar, you're gripping him in. You're putting yourself out in the open now. You're frozen. Try to see if you can walk out of it. Second block out of Jay. IBF is available for Tezos, so the next stun is not going to be done by Jay, but you're still going to be under a lot of pressure, a lot of damage. Jay recovered a lot of health, actually. Breath, trinkets out of it, quick kick, No more Poly. You're gonna back in. It's gonna be the army together. Hold on. Poly does not connect. ABF and AMS is gonna keep him just alive, barely, but just end up taking him out. Well done. Except for Rick, though. I don't know how you're gonna do now. He just got a big old tyrant and everything available for you. That's gonna be all the pets. I don't know if Jesus could live that. He's gonna have to spam Death Strike until the end of eternity, I think. If he can have even a slightest chance of potentially coming out alive here, try to see if he keeps him afloat, but I don't think it's done. I think it can be done. Rick does end up taking it. Rick has himself a hell of a matchup to go up against them. For Dredge to burn, I think his name is literally to burn or a little burn. Little burn. It's like one of the SoundCloud rapper, like Little Skies. Little bird for Dredge. I like it. It's really hard to translate it. I think it actually, I like the whole mog that he's got going on. The whole Banshee set looks so good with the side. Oh, that looks great. Rick tried to see if he can just back away from him as best as possible. That is going to be Lil Burn. We'll call him Lil Burn, right? Call him Lil Burn, because I feel like doing a full name Dredge, it's just way too many weird little sounds in there. You know what I mean? Lil Burn, Destro, Warlock. This is going to be hit with a Mortal Coil as Rick actually switched over to Mortal instead of AoE Fear. I does try to go for a stun, landing it. That is going to be an Infernal as a trade into a Mortal Coil back to Rick. Shadow Fury, if you have any Chaos Bolts, that would be the best thing to do. He does not have bolts, but he's trying to make sure you get himself a good angle. Fear to follow onto Rick. Does rip the soul out of the Lil Burn body with a wall to follow. Got himself not a great spot at the moment. Is surrounded by all these demons for Rick. He's got himself full Tyrant. Lil Bird, I think, is just gonna die here. Does have a Warlock Hellstone. Rick taking a Gateway. I don't think he meant to, because now he's right next to the Feral Druid. But potentially he could make his play versus FEK. In fact, the Feral Druid is gonna go for eyes immediately, trying to pick him up as soon as possible. So if anything, at least he'll have his pets finding the guy pretty quickly here. Yep. As long as he knows where the Feral Druid is at, he'll be maybe okay. He does have a wall. He does have Dark Pact. Dark Pact is going to lose its value over time. But if he plays this carefully, he might be able to be the winner here. For FEK, all he's got to do is get the bleeds in one time into Rick, and the guy's going to be in pain. The guy's going to be hurting. He's just trying to see if he can play this, but Dampening is also going to be playing up against him. He's got healing over time, but that pet, that's a lot of damage that he's taking. He's just going to have to put the bleeds in the pet. I think that's the best way to do it right now, is put bleeds in the pet, get whatever finishes you can, heal yourself with the regrowths, force him to pull the pet back, and then use the prowl off of that. I think that's how you have to do it. Yeah, he's giving himself a moment to catch up a couple regrowths. He can prowl now. He should be able to stealth. Should be able to stealth and invis. No, the pets connect. That is not good. Unless he can find a way to prowl, he's going to be behind at all times. He won't be able to get a proper opener. That is going to be Axtos as he's trying to see if he can charge out. Mortal Coil immediately looking for a skull badge, does not connect. And now he doesn't have a trinket anymore. For Rick, he's got himself the Tyrant. He's got himself a lot of these pets surrounding the guy. Is going to go for a fast gateway, though. For FEK, that is Heart of the Wild, a bear form, frenzied regen, and Rick is not even walking in there. He's just hanging on the outskirts just to get more pets in, and FEK having to trudge through that whole opening area just to go for a port right after into an Axtos to follow. Just doesn't have much to work with. Knocking it back for a second as he's trying to get some more pets in. Wall is available, trying to go for a stun around the corner. I don't think he'll be able to. Final landing a stun onto Rick, but that could bug the spirits. It's going to split the damage. It's going to bite the pets, and it's going to bite Rick too. But by that point, it doesn't even matter. Rick just set up himself and what am I going to say? An unwinnable position for the Feral, I guess. He really just set up like a opportunity where there's just no shot he can lose there. He has him out in the open, CC to smithereens, all the pets around him, barely able to even land a dent onto the Warlock with that mobility, with the ports and gates, as well as the glides. It just, I don't know how you could win that. Rick and Johnny, let me know when you're both boys are ready. And if you guys want to switch up the teams, we could maybe do like a, we can do a couple of rounds of the teams that we have right now, and then we can switch them up later down the line if you guys want to mix them up later. Yeah? So they can do that. But Rick, DM me on BNet when you're good. Running a full runs of BOD or then better sector. I've been on Mage, and been on Mop, but Jim on Lazath is the only two that are needed for until Dragonflight anyway. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I am still missing like the charger for Remedier charger. I'm missing some of the I got all the TBC mounts. I've gotten almost all the Wrath mounts, only Mimran's head, because I got both Drakes from the Nexus, and I got all the other mount outside of that, apparently. I'm missing the WAD mounts, but there's like 2. And it's like Blackrock Found just skips are annoying, but I'm doing it. Then there's also the Hellfire Citadel, which is just pain. I wasn't been doing Legion stuff, even though I know Legion Remix is going to be coming out later, but I still been loving it. How's it going? What's up, Sai? How you doing, my man? Hope you're doing good. Let me message Rick, see if he's good. Rick. Let me know if good. Let me know if ready. Or if you need more bodies, and then we'll go. How you doing, though, bud? Have you done the Netherwings? I have not. No, thank you for reminding me because I am running out of time. I need to do my TBC time walking on some of the alts that need hero track gear, but yeah. Missing the Krog and the Undead Rapture. I am missing the Undead Rapture myself. Krog I got at some point because I played in BFA, but I didn't get the Undead Rapture for some reason. I got the Shark Bait, I got the Krog. Undead Rapture is what I need from King's Rest. I need to start putting time into that one. I think when I don't need to do a Revendare Charger, I'll probably replace that with Krog Tusk. Because I've been doing like Revendare Charger, then some of the Cataclysm things, Mimran's Head, and then like Legion raids, BFA raid, because Gmod still eludes me. Then trying to get some of the other stuff done, and I've been putting that one BFA dungeon one off to the side. I think I need to improve my pathing when it comes to getting those mounts and stuff, because I feel like I'm wasting too much time going back to capital cities. Ready? Ready. Beautiful. We gotta go do a let's do a 12 run super early. I feel like we need to do 12 runs more just because it's actually fairly decent enough of a dueling arena. It's decent enough. There's a couple of other mounts that I think I'm missing still. I need to double check, but I think I have a majority of them. But I've gotten the ones from Zul'Gurub at least. That's been pretty cool. Those apparently people can sometimes farm for like a very, very long time. I've gotten the Handmaiden mount from Deathwing twice now. I just need to keep running Dark Souls or Dragon Soul on normal now instead of heroic, just because I've gotten that mount dropping for me twice in a row. I've gotten it once, I was like, oh cool, and then I did it again on another character, hoping I get the other one, and I was like, I already have this one. Just keep dropping now for some reason. So I just need to set that one to normal 25 man, just for all the mods and stuff. I've also been trying for Xavier's Shoulders and Urzul. Can't get the Urzul. The game does not want to give me the Urzul at all. And Legion raids. Nighthold. I have no idea how many times I've done that place. Druids are the best for duels, by the way, or the mount runs. And the amount of mobility that class has is insane. Switch. Got ourselves Eloise over on Team 1. Not going to be first up. Instead, it's going to be Jay. Last time Jay barely got to play. We got ourselves a Rick over here. Over on the Death Knight. Rick is a DK now? Holy, we got Bot over here as well as Beryl. I want to see how Rick plays as the Death Knight now. I'm interested. Normally Rick is a Warlock. Look at Cobra rushing out there, dude. Look at that thing I rushing out here. Also, you can see the mount animation. I talked about it yesterday. I don't know. I don't think it was on in a video or anything, but you can see whenever he's on a horse, it actually has a slightly different run. It's interesting. Jay trying to see if he cut across down the middle. Knows it's going to be Succubus catching him at some point. Bolt is going to connect. That's not going to feel good at all. Does get him some of the procs with a bit of that damage reduction. We got him some shields. Got him some cooldowns apparently. I think it was just a proc though. I don't think it was real CD. No, it wasn't a real CD. So now he's pulling back. I think he might just focus in on the Succubus. It is going to send a full frozen orb at that thing. Trying to see if you can freeze it right now. Might have especially summon up the Succubus again. It's going to be a health funnel for that pet. Cobra not really taking too much damage right now, but it's just having to transfer the damage to the pet. Breath onto the Warlock. Freeze on the pets. It's going to be full of poly. For Jay, that's an opportunity to get some damage onto Cobra. Got himself the Shatters combos, the everything. Ray of Frost is going to do a decent bit of damage. Doesn't have to worry about interrupts or anything. Still taking huge hits out onto Cobra. That's just a power cannon of a Warlock, man. It's going to be Succubus catching him, just streaking out of it. So at least he's able to get out of that CC. It's going to end up reflecting. Throws a bomb at himself, which is not going to feel good. May need to bubble his. Oh, my block. Oh, I think he was thinking he might be okay. He probably thought that Invis is going to get him a clean reset, but he did not. Bot is going to be up next to him. Having to go up against Cobra yet again. Last time he went up against Cobra, he actually did end up doing exactly what he's doing right now. He's putting a lot of damage into the succubus. He's not even focusing on the warlock. He's going to go for a big gateway. The wind strikes are connected. Got himself the lightning bolts. With Cobra having to burn a warlock healthstone real early too. For bot, he does have 2 targets to attack, succubus or Cobra. It's actually perfectly okay attacking one or the other. Just because succubus can give you lots of the maelstrom, dropping down the movement speed totem, building up a lot of damage off the succubus. Is going to be a stun totem into Cobra as he walks around the corner. Health funnel right after. Does go for a kick. Ruination to follow. Try to see if he keep both low, the succubus as well as Cobra, so you can take out the succubus any day. AoE field for a second. Catch it up to Cobra. Does he have mobility? He got himself a port, but like I don't really know if it does anything for him. Roots around the corner. Does not have a gateway for a while. Pet may be able to go for succubus C. Overlord not gonna feel good either. Got himself the Dark Iron ratio to remove the dots as well as the wall, so he's actually kind of okay mobility wise. But he's trying to be very, very careful with his health bar because he knows he can get CC'd into smithereens now that wall is gone. Trying to catch up a little bit of healing. Succubus got to get kind of low. Cobra picking up a lot of healing there. Got an Infernal in case he wants to go for it. Is going to drop it in right now. I love how you can hear the sound of the Infernal flying in before you can see it, dude. You just feel it, dude. You can just hear it. Bonza fell. Not going to feel good at all. Bot does have an ability to go burrow underground in case he wants to. Is going to go create some line of sight behind the pillar. Try to see if he can just walk away from Cobra. Is he going to be able to? That's a lot of pets surrounding him right now. Bob might be in a weird spot. He's got 2 Infernos. There's an Overfiend there and a Chaos Mother. Just trying to see if he can play it a little defensively. He does need to get a lot of healing going, but he's just trying to see if he can line inside Cobra as best as possible. That is a Drakthea Warlock, however. Unless you slow him down, that glide ability is going to give him plenty of movement speed, more than a Warlock normally has. AoE stun catch and Cobra is a second stun to follow with the entirety of that AoE fear. That is so good. That capacitor countering the howl completely. Trinkets out for bot though. Got himself an opportunity potentially to get Cobra super low. He got himself the Doom wins and everything. Overlord is going to do a bit of damage. Give you a bit of a damage window too. Got himself a root onto the pet. Maybe can avoid the succubus. Try to be very careful with that succubus. But he's actually going to hang out with it for a bit. He got the totems. He could always move the totems in order to give him some more movement speed. Does actually move the totems towards one side of the pillar. Is focusing down the succubus. AoE fear does connect. Maybe succubus is to follow it. No, he doesn't. He doesn't follow up with it. Stun instead. And bot does a wall back up and ascendance. But by this point, Cobra definitely has a gateway. So he's going to be moseying over. He knows he's going to want to use gateway. Knocking it back with a Drakthea ratio, which is so good. Port up just to get away from the guy for a second. Interrupting him. Cobra's actually away from the gateway. Now can be a really good opportunity to actually commit some damage. He's just out in the open. Trying to see if he can waddle towards gateway. The AoE fear does connect. I think it was actually a tremor that broke it. Is committing the pressure into the succubus instead. Cobra is going to be taking a gateway as soon as he gets... Actually, he's going to try to see if he can delay it. He's going to try to see if he can delay it. I was thinking he was going to take it immediately. Now he feels like, yeah, might just have to. Root around the corner just to keep him in place. If you go for a stun totem, I don't know if you have capacitor, but if you go for a stun totem, that would be amazing. AoE fear yet again. Chaos bolts. Try not to get interrupted. Does get a juke out. Stun. That's going to be knocked back. Does not get knocked back. That's a bolt too. Bot does catch up a lot of healing though, but that bolt did a lot. Lasted for a second. Does go for a trinket, trying to keep the pressure rolling in. He's got limited mobility, and he's using the mobility to stay on him as best as possible. Bot picking up a little bit of heal with that totem. Holy. That is so clutch. The duel couldn't be any closer between those two. Stun with a big Tempest. AoE fear. Second stun totem is going to connect. That AoE howl is gonna send bot running away though. Where's the succubus? I think he killed it, right? Underground. No health whatsoever. Man's got no health. Has to interrupt the succubus into a thunder, but no! That was so close! So close! He knew he had to interrupt that succubus, otherwise there was gonna be no win condition. He knew that my win condition is to stop him from having a pet. That's about all I could do. Rick gonna be out here summoning up the army here little by little. Most likely playing Rider, right? There it goes. Yeah, well, he got him some. Yeah, the Rider. The Rider's in play. He's going to be AoE fear on some of these pets, though. Morgraine at the very least. It looks like Morgraine or Nazgûl got AoE fear. It is Nazgûl, actually. Big damage to the Cobra. He just, with those pets for like a few seconds with that grip. So running into more of them, he's just dead. There's nothing he can do. These pets do take him out. Rick doesn't even have to be over there. Rick is just trying to catch up to the guy. He's just trying to get back to him, and he's just like, oh, you died. Okay, cool. I'm going to walk away now. Slow immediately onto Lemon. Para right after. Rick does have IBF to break out of this one, but he's gonna have to use everything he can to get away from the burst. That is a lot of damage on Lemon with all that nature damage from Celestial Conduit. Nothing he can do. That Monk burst damage, dude. If you can't stop the Condi damage, you're probably dead. There just ain't much you can do about it. And Lemon does end up taking him out. Who's up next? Is it gonna be Beryl? Is it gonna be Elo? ED, yeah, last. He's saying, go, I'm last. Elo, he's saying, go, I'm last. ED, yeah, Piatija. Oh, he's fifth. Okay, yeah, he. I don't know if Elo knows that you're Russian, though. Elo does not know any Russian, I don't think. But it looks like Beryl is gonna be up next. Yeah, Beryl, I think Rick knows Russian. And somebody else on the team also maybe knows Russian. No, I don't think, the rest of them I think are all English. Yeah, Ujin, Dana. Wait, maybe Elo does know a little bit of Russian. That is definitely some English-ass letters, but I think that is, they're trying to say something. I couldn't read it quick enough. Never mind. Lemon does get knocked out in the open. Beryl is a BM hunter this time. I was thinking it was a marksman, but he is BM. BM, however, in a duel is always a weird spot because you need to be line of sighting that target at all times. You need to actually be looking at them. Marksman doesn't need to do that, right? You get a one rapid fire and then go behind the pillar and you still continue to shoot. Or you get a volley around the corner and those you're standing in volley, you can still hit him from behind the pillar. BM does need line of sight in order to get kill commands going, which I feel like feels a little bit odd and weird, right? You don't really need to see the enemy to kill command it. As long as your pet is on him, you just tell him to kill command, right? Makes no sense. But they're very kill command required. So they need their pets to be there, but it's very much like an ability type of a pet class, rather than the pet does a lot of damage. I mean, they do a decent bit of auto attacks once you get them frenzied up fully with barb shots, but yeah. Right now for Beryl, he's just not in a great spot. Once he gets finally line of sight of Lemon, oh, that's a massive Fenrir for a second. But once you get line of sight of Lemon, he's just gonna rush at you. Otherwise, he's just gonna avoid your damage, or just try to see if he can match you, because you're more of a sustained based class. You got a lot of heavy sustained damage, but Lemon's burst I think does end up overpowering it fairly easily. That is so rough, man. BM and 1v1s just don't have a play, I don't think. Or at least the bear, it's really hard to make it work. It's really hard to make it work. Like if the pets could at least do decent damage on their own without you spamming kill command, then maybe that'd be better. But yeah, because the pets themselves are kind of useless unless you're kill commanding and buffing them up. Like, look at Demonology Warlock, right? Those pets do a lot of damage all on their own. Wait, whoa. Was that hunt? Did that hunt connect? I don't think it did. I think it literally just juked out away from it. I think the hunt tried to connect to him like a magnet, but it didn't. It just couldn't connect. I know that you get yourself a glaive out of it at least, so that's good. But I don't think the hunt connected at all. I don't see that. That's going to be Lemon doing a bunch of damage. Elo might be in a bit of trouble. Elo's going to need to go for another lockdown with a stun. He's going to go for a bit of the first aid while Lemon got himself the recovery. Look at that verify animation. Apparently this changed in 11.17. I didn't realize it until later. Elo does go for a meta. Does not get to stun those pets. That is going to be a quick touch of death though. That is unfortunate. That is rough. Lemon does pick up 3, by the way. Well done, well done. Let's get ourselves another go, boys. Rick and Johnny. Let me know when the boys are ready, and we'll get another one going. You think a bunch of these level 70s, is that just people making like trial characters? That's gotta be it, right? It's gotta be people making a bunch of trials, right? Ain't no way. Who's ready? Are we ready? 34. Yo, Rick, let me know when you're good, and we'll get another one going. Improved. Wait, what is that? 09. And beautiful. I don't even have mastery. My shit's gonna get hit by 10 to 30% when I hit 80. Oh yeah, you're just running around spamming multi-shot and explosive shots, and you get into those improved surplus things. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good, Jake. Ah, man. All right, boys. Let me know when you're good, and we'll get another going. Because I know that Johnny is ready. 74, 79 in a few hours. Faster than I thought. Do they have a buff, too, for XP? Or is it just like a Miss Pandaria type of level scaling? Because I know in every new expansion, they end up, like, reducing how much XP needed to reach max level. Blink Strikes needs to come back, at least for BM. Feels so good. I agree with you on that. This basement's a Padara level scaling. Okay. That's nutty. Because I remember leveling Takata and I felt like it was kind of slow, even with the buffs. That's my overdrive taking. Are you guys looking for one more? Alright, boys, we need one more over for the team. Rick. Need Uno Mas. If y'all want to join Team Rick, they got Elo, they got Riptides, or the bot. They got Jayhawk, they got, of course, Rick. So if you guys want to join them, you're more than welcome to. They need an Uno Mas. So if you want to find them, find the group in LFG real quick. And it'll be good to go. Yeah, well, dungeons, reputation, rare mounts up until a whole BFA. Yeah, I still need to get, all my other reputation mounts. That's actually, I think I probably should start working on, right? Grab a tabard and run some of the older dungeons so I can have rep mounts. I guess the Netherstorm would be the one set of mounts that I could still get from rep. Like the Nether Drakes. Do you just like get exalted and you can buy all the Drakes, or you just only buy one? How does that work? I never actually got my Drake stuff done. Which I probably will do tonight, actually. I'll probably run dungeons and raids on my mage or something. If you ever go for the reputation achieves, Insane and Membrane will break you. Probably not anytime soon, unless it has a mount. You can buy all once exalted. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll probably do that on my mage, get max, because I'm really close to exalted. Like, pretty much there. I mean, I think I'm halfway through exalted, but I was just like through one series of just quests, right? Doing the opening, get revered, and then doing this one set of dailies, and you got halfway through exalted, so I should be able to get halfway as well. Should be pretty quick. And that'll be a bunch of new mounts that I can add to my collection. Should put me close to 600 mounts, I think. I think I'm only 500 something. Definitely pretty low. But yeah, I need to remember to do that. Probably I'll do it after the stream today. Actually, after the stream, I'll probably get food and I'll get some work done, and then I'll probably do that if I remember to do so. But yeah, I have to play a Hunter. Warlock is my DPS characters. If I got Hunter, get a battle res. Dude, Hunters have everything in Mists of Pandaria. All your pets can provide raid buffs if your group is ever missing a raid buff. So they have every raid buff available. They also have a battle res with certain pets. Like Quilleen, I think they have a battle res, or any spirit beast, most spirit beasts. I ended up picking up one of those, and since it's Mr. Pandaria technically final patch, day one you'll be able to get one of those spirit hedgehogs. I was able to get one on the beta, but you basically just got to run around with it and have no pet. Just pelt it down little by little, kick it whenever it tries to heal itself, and that's all. You just kite it around forever. I'm pretty sure the hedgehogs also can do it. The porcupines, like celestial porcupines, or is it just Quillian cranes? I don't remember, but I remember getting that spirit beast, the hedgehog one. Technically, they would add it in Mists of Pandaria, but since the patch for Mop is in the final patch, they're already they're added during Throne of Thunder. I think that's what I'm trying to say. They were added during Throne of Thunder. But since Mr. Pandaria patches on the final patch, they're already up and available. So you can get one. But that one is pretty easy. You just have to run around, kite it in circles. Don't have a pet, because it will just murder it really quickly. Don't let that thing touch you. It just melees you. But you can't melee if you can reach him. Now they only have a heal moonfire effect? Oh, never mind then. Still, I just was kind of surprised that they had one immediately, but I guess it made sense. So it's Quilleens and Cranes. Got it. Yeah, get a Quilleen, dude. Cranes make too much noise. Tell you from first-hand experience, they make way too much noise. Unless it's what you're trying to go for. Just get a crane that just constantly makes noise. Looking for one on LFG? Okay. Let me see if I can get somebody else in my VNet. Maybe somebody else wants to join in. Blaga is on, but he is in operation of Floodgate. Kobe is already in a group. Felly is a PvE friend. Corby delisted. I was gonna switch characters. Can he invite me? Wait, yeah, I can message him. Do you have... Did Johnny join your group? Is that what happened? No. Leo in your group. Okay, they're listed. Leo, they're listed right now. If you find them, they're listed right here. On my way for the last one. Yeah, I don't know if this is the last one for the night, man. We're going to be going for like another hour, I think. Unless you're just going to be joining just for the last one. Also, I need to do a run on my Demon Hunter for the Glaives just to see if they drop. Leo, near to the next LFG. Leo, LFG, join it real quick. I'm not in a group, that's a thing. Join it. They have the LFG group up right now. Hold on. They have the group in LFG right now. Yeah, they have the group. I was thinking Leo was in stream. I assume a lot of the times, like when you guys are doing the duels, I'm assuming you also have the stream up and running, so then I can just say a thing, and then after a short delay, you guys will hear it. But I'm assuming Leo is not in the stream right now, so I have to message him directly. Otherwise, things are a little confusing. It's just called Molten Core. No, you guys were definitely, he was definitely had a group. Okay, now it's called, yeah, now it's called 5V5 1V1 DUELS. Oh, wait, no, Rick is the group? Wait, did they get, hold on. No, wait, never mind. Yeah. Volker Dub? Did Johnny end up joining him? Found it? No, I think he found the wrong group. Wait, they have a 5 though. Wait, they have a tank? Okay, I have no idea what's going on. Hopefully we're good. Hopefully we're good. Ready? And let me know when you're ready. I guess we're gonna send it maybe? One of you is a tank. I'm not sure what that's all about. We're gonna try. See if it works. Alright, it worked. Beautiful. I don't know what the hell happened there. Honestly. Low's Pala? Wait. Is that what you're switching over to? Oh no. Wait, Leo's on this team. So who the hell was the tank guy? Where did the tank of their group then? I'm not sure. Alright, hopefully everybody gets in. Switch. Is it mob when they got rid of leveling, or did they instantly bump up? Pets, I think the pets instantly bump up in mob. I have no idea. I didn't really play any of the older expansions where you have to level the pets up. I think they just all bump up after the mob. Gonna be Elo on this team. We also do have a mages here that are missing. But looking like a warrior out here. He's got a whole mix and match mods. We got us a Rick, gonna be first up. Los Palo on that team as well. Looking very green. I haven't seen that. Is that just the base conquest set? You barely get to see it, man. Jesus is gonna be first up. Summoning up the entire army of undead versus Rick. Rick having to border around, gate around, but Jesus is taking so much damage in the opener here, having to go for IBF really quickly. Oh my god, the amount of damage this guy's taking in the opener is nuts. I'm pretty sure he only used AMS, right? Pretty sure. He needs a lot of death strikes in order to come back here. He's taking way too many hits. Axe toss to stop him in place. Rick is taking a slight bit of damage from these pets, but for the most part has been able to avoid. The entire army of the undeads is going to be a freshly summoned for Tizos. Got himself death strikes. As long as he's got himself resources, every death strike counts. Even if you have the main Felgar pet, yeah, building up even resources off that thing, even if it's just Chain of Eyes, that is huge. Grip back onto Rick, looking for a kick, doesn't get it. Actually ends up holding it. I think it's because Rick had himself the Netherward, so he's going to get interrupted anyway. Jesus does give himself a bit of that Lich board just to give himself more health to work with, but he's still under a ton of pressure. Try to see if those death strikes are going to be enough to give himself barely afloat here. That is going to be a fresh new Tyrant summoned up. So Jesus with an AMS ready to go. Stun onto Rick. It's an opportunity for you to potentially have yourself a proper damage go here. I don't know if it'll be enough. Death Strike every global is definitely putting him under ton of pressure. Mordecai puts him in a real rough spot. Another grip, another Death Strike, but it's just way too many pets around him, and a big old Doom Guard goes in for a big old bolt right in his face. From one Death Knight into the next, though, as Leo rushing out from Unholy into the Frosty. Even though it is a Frosty, he's still got plenty of pets to join in as well. Hey, whoa, that is a lot of defenses out of Rick. That is Netherboard, Dark Pack, Wall, everything. Literally every cooldown has been used. Got himself a fast gas gateway. Boarding out of there before Leo can grip him back in. And Leo's kind of stuck behind the other side of the pillar, waddling away or waddling after Rick, who's been able to avoid a good portion of that damage, walled it off and completely bunkered down for most of it. Axe toss into a fear. Leo just doesn't have much to really work with here. And the cooldowns are down for a short bit of time. At least he's able to grip Rick out in the open. Dark Sim, trying to see if he could catch some ability back into Rick. I think it's going to be Demon Bolt, right? I think he just literally got a Demon Bolt for him. Not the craziest hitting ability, but I guess it's better than nothing. Got him some slows for these pets, and at least can separate, but that's going to be Tyrant. All these pets are going to be staying around here for a little bit longer. That extra Felguard and everything. For Leo, that's not going to feel good whatsoever. Got himself a dome down just to deal with the magic damage, because he's taken a decent bit of magic damage from some of these bites, the shadow bites from the pets, from the hounds, as well as the gloom hound on top of it. That is not feeling good at all. He's just not in a great spot whatsoever. Having to actually just focus down the pets to see if he can take him out while Rick is hanging out behind the pillar, all comfortable like. Is gonna go for Aya Kilrog just to move his Felguard back a little, just get him a bit of a heal up here for a moment. This is actually such a rough situation to be in. Rick, I thought, was going to be under a ton of pressure from these Death Knights, but looks like he's the one exerting all the pressure. Looks like the Death Knights are fighting against the unknown. Got himself another word just to make sure the grip does not get to connect. It is going to be able just to waddle away. Leo left with not a lot of health. Has to go for a death spec, but now he can't heal at all. He has to play it super slow and super steady, but that's way too much damage from these demons. First aid interrupted immediately. I don't even know what stopped it. Wasn't even the Felguard in there for a second. Didn't barely even get the tick of that thing. And it's gonna be that Kilrog Eye pulling him back really quick. Man, Leo just doesn't have much to work with here at all. And that's a full-on Tyrant. I don't think it's a lot of pets either. It's just really just a Gloomhound, right? Yeah, Gloomhound, one Felguard, one big puppy dog, and one dumb Tyrant. But he isn't doing anything. At the very least, Tyrant is not doing much. It's not like he did much to begin with, really, but at least he's not doing much. You know what I mean? Could be worse. Could be worse. As Leo just tried to keep himself a little bit of pressure, a little bit of the damage, but man, just how much he could do about it. He is picking up a little bit of health though, however. He is looking a little more healthy compared to earlier when he got super low. Axe toss immediately connects. IBF does get out of there with another ward, does go for the stun. Rick silenced out. This is an opportunity for Leo to make the most amount of damage happen. I don't know if he's got a port. He has a port. You have mobility though. He walks out, but a Mortal Coil runs you out. You did pick up a Dark Sim, however, so I think you got a Mortal Coil for the Dark Sim. So now you could use Mortal Coil onto Rick as well, just to add a bit extra CC. Technically. But Leo's just stuck behind the pillar yet again with all these demons. That's going to be yet another Tyrant buffing up all those other fiends. And Leo maybe can go for Mortal Coil on one of them. That would give him a little heal. That'll go heal Mortal Coil into Rick. But look at him again. He's just back up in the same corner again as before. Except this time there's a Doom Guard there too. Axe toss, so now he's just getting pelted from every direction by all these pets. He has to find an answer here at some point. He has a death pack coming up very soon. Not quite, but very soon. Maybe he'll be able to use it. He's barely hanging on by a thread from all these other pets, man. Hanging on by a thread with yet another Gloomhound charging on the other side. I think maybe Death Pack and then AMS to make sure he doesn't take a lot of damage from these pets, right? Or, like, what do you do in this situation? Or maybe just Death Pack or rush Rick, AMS, and just do as much damage as possible. That's another option. At least he's got Death Strikes. Good thing they buffed up the Death Strikes. Dampening, however, is rolling up. We are getting into that 6-minute mark very soon for the duel. 27% healing reduction, plus whatever healing reduction. I think it's at least 15%. Mortal Strike from the Felguard is going to be grip. Silence reflected at Leo, however, with a Mortal Coil to follow. Rick with that Nether Ward had a plan. Pretty good time, actually. Pretty good spot. Leo is going to have to go for Death Pack here. AMS barely keeping him alive. Whatever healing is giving him, like Warlock House, I think helped him out a little bit there. But Death Pack is going to have to be used. Death Pack, stun, but Rick backs up out of there completely. The Riders are on him for a second, but then they back up out of the twitching targets, which is unfortunate. Stun around the corner, Leo trying to make sure he doesn't get stunned. IBF has been used really early, but he's got no health to work with. Actually, no health. Death Strike's barely keeping him alive. He barely even has running power for a single Death Strike at this point. With an Axe Toss around the corner, AMZ, yeah. That AMS is going to help him out a bunch against magic damage, but not against physical damage. Rick can deal with that with all these pets pretty easily. FAK is going to be up next. Immediate Axe Toss straight on that stun. Rick with a Dark Pack. Hopefully that'll be enough for those bleeds that are going to be rolling on him. But FEK is getting completely locked down or super far away. And cooldowns are in. Overlord is in. Is going to get a big slammer jammer in there. Riders focus the pets. I know, right? I think the riders, the problem is the riders need to have a pet macro or pet bar to them. So that you can at least put the riders to be focusing on the right targets. Instead of like switching over to your targets. Because they focus the pets, but they need to be hitting the warlock. That is a lot of damage out of Rig, by the way. I saw a big old convoke. And I thought maybe this would the parallel makes a play, but no. Rig got himself double Doom Guard. No wonder double Doom Guard just absolutely wrecks to him. That's gonna be a little burn up here. I'm gonna call him Little Burn. But Drench is too hard to like say out loud and over and over and over. Plus, there's no way easy way to translate, so I'm gonna call him Little Burn. Up next, did end up AoEing Fear and the pets in the opener, but doesn't really get a lot of himself that line of sight onto Rick. Rick is actually focusing down on that Incubus. Not a lot of people play the Incubus, I noticed. That is a model. That's just not a lot of people use. Mortal Call sent into Lil Burn. ASUS to follow up. Overlord and everything available. Just surrounding the guy with a bunch of pets and is going to back up out of there. Wall out for Lil Burn. Got himself a port right on top of Rick. Trying to see if he can drop an Inferno, but Rick is there ready with a port immediately. Bonzafel is going to break it very, very quickly. Using that Incubus to summon up even more pets, and it's going to send that Incubus into Fear so they can't go for second BCC. Tyrant to follow him. He's going to summon up all these pets using that Incubus and then redirect him into Lil Burn, who's just getting wrecked up right now. With the Chaos Mother joined in, that is just a lot of damage at the tail end. I don't even know which of these pets was the one killing you, but one of them was. Into immediate Netherward out versus Cobra though. Does go for AoE Fear, which cannot be CC'd. Doom Guard is in play, but he's not really doing the cast onto Cobra, unfortunately. And Rick picking up a little bit of the Warlock House and healing, but he's just left with not a lot. And Cobra is riding his tail the entire time. Mortal Coil send into Rick. Does have the Axe Toss. Trying to go for another ward. There's going to be AoE Fear really quickly. Succubus to trade that. Both are Warlocks SCC, but Rick got himself a bit more control than ever. He's going to summon up even more pets. Hopefully, maybe, possibly. Axe Toss into Cobra, using that Succubus to summon up more pets and redirect it back into Cobra. That is going to be a ton of damage over Cobra. Rick is having to deal with an Infernal there, at least a tiny one. The two baby Infernals is going to not feel great at all. Fear onto that Succubus. Corbett trying to see if he can get himself an angle. Another ward for a second. Not going to be getting hit by Mortal Coil for a second though. Tyrant right after. Access to follow. Boarded out of there. But an Overlord does connect. Rick's health is so low. Got Corbett rushing at him. Corbett knows that if he hangs around too long, the pets are going to be too much damage. Trying to see if he can end this duel. Mortal Coil does shrink it out of it. Rick does not have any health to work with. Corbett does take it, but he's at no health whatsoever. Holy! And Aloe did not want to let Corbett recover at all. Rick technically does get only 4 kills. He doesn't get a kill into Cobra. However, chat, does it do anything by the way? However, I feel like that almost could have been his 5th kill. I almost wanted to count, but it was only 4. That was nuts. That was doing a lot of damage. He literally has infinite amounts of damage, almost 200 million over 4 targets. That is a lot. Let's get another one going. But yeah, Leo, I do agree with you. Yeah, riders, you should be able to control them a little bit. You know, like the riders and like all these extra summon pets, they have like the worst type of AI of like, oh, I'll just hit whatever target you're hitting. Okay, blah, blah, whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's so dumb. No aggro will just focus on whatever you're hitting. But you're like, dude, don't hit these pets. I'm just hitting them for resources. Hit the Warlock, man. I feel like I should be able to at least like press the button again after you use your Frost's Fury. You know how monks can control like where their images go, who they attack, right? How you can press the button again. I think the same thing should happen for when you pop A-Bomb or when you pop Frost's Fury as a rider. Because then you summon all these riders and you're like, okay, focus this target. And let him hit the Warlock the entire time. So even if you're attacking the pets, getting some healing, at least let the riders do some damage. But no, they're just gonna switch over and attack whatever you are attacking because they're a big dumb. Thank you, Blizzard. Very cool. Very cool. Wow. You know what I mean? All right, so it looks like John needs 1. So if you guys want to join, well, welcome to groups are ready. Need 1 now. Wait, are you ready now or you need 1? Because list it up. Yeah, skip 2K. More is welcome. But what do you mean skip? What skip? Yeah, skip? Like this guy was... Wait, he's missing bosses. Elder Brightleaf, Elder Iron Branch, Elder Storm. Oh, it's the trees. Oh yeah, this guy actually has a skip. These other guys don't have a skip. This guy has a skip. What is that? Actually, I should see if there is a Yogg skip. But paying somebody 5k gold is too much, man. It's too much. Or is it though? Would you guys pay that? I feel like it's way too much. Alrighty, let me know when you guys are good. You guys are listed. Beautiful. So this is gonna be Rick actually listed for one. So John also needs to be listed, right? Oh yeah, Cobra is listed. I guess Johnny is gonna try to switch over to Cobra. Ready? Okay, beautiful. So they're ready. These guys need one more. Yeah, full run of Oldawar on the characters, then LG yourself into a group and then kick the other character out. Wait, what? Gal, full run Oldawar on a character, then LFG yourself into the group and kick the other character out. But isn't the LFG group gonna fall apart if I wait? So if I log off one character to another, does the group fall apart? Does the group go away? Don't I have to do like log out, log in, log out, log in thing? Wait, so basically do a full run and basically get to Yogg on one character. Then I go out to the entrance of this place and I LFG it up, right? And then I join another character. You have to log in, log out thing, but it's faster than running that place. Because of the time walking raid. But what? You kill on the NPC and you'll go kill last boss only. With the skip? No, I don't think it is Yogg week though. I think it's just a normal Yogg thing. Because look, this week for time walking is TBC. Burning Crusade. It's not Wrath yet. That'll be not even next week. That'll be not even the week after that. That's classic. Walking dungeon. Battle for Azeroth. And then the event is over. We're not getting Wrath? We're not getting Wrath time walking? Weird. Okay, so Rick is ready. Is Johnny ready? Johnny's ready. Okay, we're good. Beautiful. We're gonna do Black or Cold. We're up to Yogg, set the group analogy, invite yourself, the both characters inside the raid, wait for your main character with ID to log out, then kick that character. I'm not sure if it works in Oldawar, but people said it works in Dragon Soul. Oh. Wait. Dragon Soul makes sense actually. But I guess it also works in any normal or heroic raid, right? Okay, that could potentially work. Wait, but do you have to do this like where you open up a second instance of WoW and you log into the account and you have to wait for the other one to like DC? Could have done that for Gmod. If heroic, yeah, technically. Technically, yeah. If you cleared everything and then you didn't kill Gmod. Technically, yeah. If you have a bunch of like Horde to invite Horde or Alliance to invite Alliance, yeah. I might try that actually. I might try that then. I'll try it now to get Dungeon Deserter. Yeah, might as well. Alrighty, boys. Twitch. Got ourselves Team 1 together with Aloe as a Demon Hunter. We got there Jayhawk as a Frosty, or Rig back with the Death Knight. Bot as an enhancement. I don't think Bot got to play last time at all, did he? And only the only Shaman in here, the only Elemental to join these. At least I think so. It's been a while since they had some LE, but Only is going to be up next. Got him some Healing Surges, rode on to Rest in Hell, who's back in. This beautiful looking butterfly. Only trying to see if you can get him some any kind of healing, any kind of recovery. That is a lot of damage on a Demon Hunter though. Into a prison. Does he have a stun? Stun to follow up. Not feeling all that good. That's just a lot of damage. Big cleaver right after. He just doesn't have the big damage to follow up. The Blade Dances are doing a lot. Wall is active. Ascendance is active though too. And Rest in Hell going to back the hell out of this as soon as possible. Then it's going to be those Ghosties joining in for Only. So that's going to give him quite a bit extra additional damage. As like a turret, mobile turret. Still has a damage on the Only. Meteor's coming down. Does take a huge hit. But it's just not enough. Blade Dance does take it. I was thinking for Rest in Hell, he did so much burst in the opener. I was thinking he was going to continue the burst pressure afterwards, but actually slowed down after a while. That's rough. Bot is going to be up next, though. Big damage by Rest in Hell. Does he have enough here? Bot backing up out of there. Hold on a second. Healing Surge is available. Going to be big old I-beam by Rest in Hell charging in. As he got himself plenty of big damage, though. He's got himself also big Ascend on top of it. That is also a totem for movement speed. Rest in Hell trying to see if he can control him as best as possible with a bunch of damage, but also a bunch of CC. Darkness down, got him some Metamorphosis active. Big Cleave available. Trying to see if he makes some damage happen off of it. That's going to be a huge Blade Dance with a potentially Chaos Strikes. Bot taking so many hits, even through a wall. Having to go for a Bulwark. There's some big crit damage right there, though. Absolutely getting shredded, torn apart by DAH. As Rest in Hell tried to keep the pressure on him as best as humanly possible. Bot got himself, I don't know if he's got himself any much in terms of survivability. He's got himself burrow. He can just burrow on the ground, but his health is getting very, very dire. Rooted onto Rest in Hell, picking up a little bit of healing. Whatever health he can get. Rest in Hell picked up a lot of healing off of that Earth Elemental. Just Leech, Meta, Earth Elemental. The Hunt does go for a trinket, avoiding that second stun totem. Got him some potential and plenty of damage here. For Bot, this could be a really, really rough spot. He's got him some plenty of thunder, but the guy just got plenty of damage. Rest in Hell putting pressure on these boys. Breath to follow Poly right after. Does not have an out here. He could potentially burn immunity. I don't know if he'll have it. I think it's over. Yeah. Damn. Demon Hunters do so much damage, man. So much damage. But they also are very squishy. Glass Cannon and a half. FBK is going to get caught out in the open by a Blizzard, unfortunately. As Jayhawk is going to be very aggressive, trying to see if he can keep that guy out of cell to the best as possible. Trying to see if he can go for that reverse blinks to put himself in a good spot. That's a lot of damage onto FAK, though. This guy barely gets a chance to play, and he's already sitting at like 40% health. 30%, never mind. Scratch that. Frozen Orb, or Frozen Bomb. Frozen Bomb does a lot of damage, apparently. Does go for a blink kick in order to put some pressure on the guy. He got him some bear form. Heart of the Wild. Try to see if that maybe be enough in order to keep himself afloat here. Also got images around the corner, so that's going to keep pelting FEK. And it's going to put him in a rough spot. The Feral Druid is not in a great spot at all here, man. Not in a great spot. Got himself a kick. Big convoke. Potentially big damage, but it's going to be a kick by Jay on top of it. Not feeling good whatsoever. Big freeze onto effect. Is that going to be enough? Got him some big ultra. Ray of Frost. Going to get the shatter bonus since he's stunned while frozen. That stun does count also as frozen. But looks like he's got himself a ton of recovery. Off of that big burst. Looks like Feck the entire time had himself a big heal go at all times. Leaping in. Trying to go for a kick. Block out for Jay. As he's looking to back up out of this as quickly as possible. You for a zone the room uses 70k XP for a level. What? Oh. Is it going to be FK backing up out of there for a second? And Jay's sorry, chat. I'm distracted here. I'm trying to read a message while also trying to be part of this as well. Might be. FK, where are we going right now? Mounted up. Just trying to see. I think you can go for a bit of a reset. Cooldowns wise, Feral Druid actually does still have plenty of defenses in terms of just raw damage reductions, but in terms of self-healing, he's actually kind of limited. Yeah, a little bit limited. He wants to go in for some damage though. Convoke is available. Big Feral Frenzy's in. Maybe he goes in for a maim. That is a lot of damage on the J. Look, the blades are just melting him. He's got plenty of damage to reverse back at FK. Trying to see if he can make a big play happen. And it's going to be wall and everything available. Got him some flurries, everything up. Try to go for a clone, misses it. There's an opportunity to go for clone again, but he has line of sight. Barely has a line of sight, but he does have it. FK, not a lot of health is available. Shift the power out for Jay. He's gonna go for Convoke defensively. Try to see if he can heal himself the entire time. Not a bad move, honestly. Defensive Convoke for a heal. I like how at least there's at least there's that possibility. Out of all options, Convoke heal. He does have some other heals coming back up too as well. He's got himself Nature's Vigil, I think it is. That always got used. He got Renewal and Heart of the Wild coming up in like 3-ish minutes or so. It's gonna be a while until that is back. Got himself a nice little corner where he can just chill, spreading some of those insects, but they're really there to heal. But for Jay, he's kind of out of options, man. No more 2 blocks. No more blocks. Doesn't have the second one either. Ultra is available, but he's gonna have to be very, very careful with the ultras. Needs to use the ultra really early. As soon as the Feral opens up back on him, doesn't trip on frost, doesn't have to worry about blocks at least. That is gonna be a lot of dot damage. Jay is gonna have to go for an ultra. This is where FAK, if he was positioned correctly, I think he could have just stayed next to Jay. Maybe got a big bite as soon as he alters in, but he just got to keep those bleeds and dots rolling for a little longer, and Jay's going to be in a lot of trouble. Trying to see if he can stay mobile, not to get frozen by the Ring of Frost. Trying to potentially even catch a reset, but he's not going to be able to with those images on him. Trying to see if he can parachute around, runs into a freeze, however. For Jay, that's an opportunity to go for a proper go. Stun, everything is available. Doesn't need to go bear form, so he's able to prevent some of the damage. Has a lot better health to work with here. Bear form is at least a little bit tanky than a feral form. Tries to go for Skull Bash, does not connect. Convoke, interrupted, and Jay with a couple of lances does end up taking him out. Well done, well done. And Lemon trying to see if he could rush back over there. See if he can get himself a quick in cap. Brad does not connect for Jay. Lexi to follow. It's just over. It's just over. That is rough. Who's up next? Is it Rick? Is it Lelo? I think Leo's trying to give him a second try to find out. I think both Rick and Ella will try to get out of the way just so the two can have their own duel without cleaving anybody down. With Ella going in for a stun. Lemon with a trinket. Got himself images. Fist of Fear flying in. Ella will need to use plenty of defenses in order to live this damage. Got himself the I-beams though. Able to cleave him down. Hunt, but it's going to be a big old karma. And I think it's just over. I don't even know where Ella went for a second. I lost the health bar, but maybe the health bar just disappeared. Just literally went down to like next to 0. And Rick immediately leaves. I'm not sure what happened. But Jay does pick up 2. Lemon picking up 2. And Rest and Hell picking up 2. I'm not sure what happened with Rick at the end. I think maybe walked in and maybe thought, wait, I have the wrong build. Or wait, I'm wearing wrong gear. Something happened there. I'm not sure what happened, to be honest. But yeah, Rick and Johnny, let me know if both boys are ready. We'll get another one going though, yeah? Still, gotta give credit to Rust and Hellman. He did pretty good in that run. That was some big damage though. Big damage. Well done, well done. But yeah, boys, let me know when you guys are good to go. While I respond back to a message. Are we good? Ready for Johnny and by the way, ready? Beautiful. Let's get you guys back in there. What do we do now? Was it down on sewers, I guess? Yeah, sorry boys. I'm just messaging back and forth here real quick. Alrighty, to Twitch. Got ourselves Elo over for the team 1. We got Jay, we got ourselves a Rick, we got ourselves a Bot, we got us. He's just going for a flight, ain't he? He's just gonna go for a quick flight. I like that. And then just goes flying. And we got ourselves Only as well here as well. Is it gonna be Elo first? It is gonna be Elo first versus Cobra. Cobra ain't giving Elo a second to breathe. Just loading her up full of bows back to back. Is gonna reconnect with a hunt. Got himself a Sigil of Fear just to hold him down for a second. Got himself plenty of damage potential with a glaive up running. Elo, however, taking loads of damage from the Warlock though. That is just a ton of damage. Got himself a bit of the first aid though, keeping himself alive barely. And he's gonna try to see if he can back up out, but the succubus catching in between of that though. I hate how the demon hunter sometimes does like fly thing. But they get succubus CC'd. Wait, that overlord just ended you. I think it's over. Yeah, even if you do go for a shadow melt, it just ain't gonna do nothing. That's so rough. Plus you're so big. As a demon, you can't even really hide behind the platform either. You're way too big. Try to melt, and the only thing that would help is if you didn't have any dodge, but even that does not gonna provide you line aside them. Is gonna be another ward for Cobra. And that's going to be Jay trying to be very careful with that another ward. Is going to go for AoE CC and not direct CC, so they don't get reflected by another ward. That Ray of Frost gets completely absorbed into a dark pack. That is a wall rotated out for Cobra. So he is actually playing super defensively though. Super giga defensively. Frostbolt's around for Jayhawk. Got himself a bit of that shifting power to follow. Cobra back it up out of there for just a minute. Jay is going to go back over to the other set of boxes though. So both of the mages and the warlock have line of sight. Cobra charging in with a glide ability. Goes in for AoE fear. Technically, Jay does go for the undead racial. I was going to say, technically could go for undead racial. I think both his trinket as undead racial, both are on pretty long CD now, so he has nothing to get out of CC. You know, besides a block, besides a blink out of certain zones, things like that. But it's just going to be a lot of damage. Let's go for Invest for a second. Does disrupt the Chaos Mother. Chaos Mother was going to do for a bunch of that barreling chaos damage, but it just stopped. That is so good for him. Cobra trying to see if he can get the pressure rolling it onto Jay. Question is it going to be enough though? He is still chilling. He's got himself a bit of that reversal image. Succubus still next to him. Is going to go for a quick kick on that thing. But it's going to probably recast another Succubus Seduce whenever he needs it. Cobra try to see if he can load up a bit more heat with a full Infernal. Got him, as you see, mid of breath in order to make sure no stuns comes out for Jay. It's going to be bold, big damage. I don't know what happened, but Jay does go down. That is so rough. Oh, for Rick, all his binds disappeared. Oh, that's rough, man. That's why he had to leave early. Oh, his binds disappeared. Double bolt into a bot and into a fear. The guy doesn't even get a second chance. What is this damage? And Cobra woke up today and chose violence. Holy, and he got himself another ward that is going to reflect some damage back at bot though. So bot can even go full offensive onto Cobra while another ward is active. Although those wind strikes are doing so much damage. Cobra picking up a little bit of health too. That is so much damage. No, like totem. Why did the Chaos Mother have to attack the totem? Poor totems. This bot got himself a full root onto Cobra. Got himself plenty of mobility. Trying to go for a kick. Kick does not connect, however, unfortunately. But it's going to be a big port out of the way. Bot just needs a little bit more maelstrom. Just needs a couple more casts over on Cobra, and he'll be in a good spot. As long as Succubus doesn't catch him, he'll be okay. He knows it's going to be just a port. He knows there's going to be yet another port out for Cobra. At least Cobra can't catch up any healing. Try to go for a stun around the corner. Possibly. If bot is right on top of him, he's going to get a root on the guy with a Tempest to follow. As long as he got any slows onto Cobra, he'll be in a great spot. Lasso is going to be able to burn through the dark pack fairly easily, knocking it back with the root right after it. So that's going to be quick AoE fear, however, for Cobra. Does go for a stun from a distance, does not actually let it cast to go through. Does not let it connect all the way through. That is a Pit Lord. That Pit Lord does not have line of sight, unfortunately. So it's not getting any value whatsoever. He's just standing there like a dummy. He's just standing there like a dummy. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that for Cobra. Just getting bounced around like a tennis ball. What is this? Knocked up, knocked back. Is going to go flying towards back in. He's just bouncing everywhere, man. Poor guy. Poor guy. It has got himself a wall. Might be able to use this wall in order to hold his ground and get some damage. Fear onto bot. Bot with a trick. And that's going to give him an opportunity to land a kick. But now he's got it locked out. Oh, no. Potentially, it could be big damage out for Cobra. He doesn't have bolts, however. He does have drain, but he doesn't have bolts. The drain is not enough to deal with the damage of a shaman. Got himself a port. And Bot picked up a lot of healing. He's got himself lots of recovery. Chaos Mother is in, but it's going to attack the puppy dogs instead of the shaman. Yet another gateways off of Cobra. At least he's got those gateways to give him plenty of mobility. Ports and gateways helps him a ton. Bot knows there's going to be a port. He knows there's going to be a port back. He knows there's going to be a port back. Bolt one connects. Second one line decided. Got himself all some pets, but he's got himself perfect on the side. We went to a big tempest. Cobra put super low. Picking up whatever health he can. I think it was a battle match stricken. Warlock Hellstone very soon. Does stricken for Warlock Hellstone. Barely any health, but he's at least still kicking. He's still in the game. Barely, but he's still in. He needs a fear, he needs bolts. He has no health. He has no health whatsoever. That drain barely is going to do anything for you. Rooted, I think it's over. I think it knows. Yeah! The beautiful tempest from the sky. The Lemon Roll going to be up next, trying to give Bot as much of an opportunity to get him any kind of healing as possible. Whatever catch up and heals you can get is whatever you're going to get. Bot is going to have to be very careful with Leo. He's going to have to wait until Wall is available. I don't know if he has Bulwark. It looks like he used Bulwark already. It's going to be Celestial Condi off of Leg Soup. Bot is just going to go underground for a second. Lemon's still going to have lots of damage to follow up. Does go for a big kick, put him back on the platform. Knocked again. For Bot, I think he might have to go playing this knockback game the entire time. Versus the Monk. It's going to be a Send. Knows it's going to be a Karma. Knocking him back. Lasts for a second. He needs to switch up the damage onto Zoan and starts healing. Zoan starts healing. Dalaran is going to fight the Karma? Wait, Lemon backing up out of there. I think his Karma is getting burnt through very quickly. Hold on a second. In cap for a moment. Bot didn't have a wall anymore. Does have a root. As long as he can separate from Lemon, he'll be okay. Picking up a lot of healing. Lemon tried to see if he can play defensively. He doesn't have images or anything. He doesn't have any cooldowns for the moment. He might be able to get Summon going in a bit here, but for the time being, he's got a limited offensives. But Bot doesn't have those limitations. He doesn't have that crazy cooldown reliance. He has also very short cooldowns. If he does have any cooldowns, it's going to go for knockbacks. As long as he can get some Maelstrom healing. Does he have anything? Needs Maelstrom heal now. Barely any heal. Trinkets. Oh, but Touch of Death got him low enough. Looks like he ran out of Maelstrom to heal himself. Problem is, he can't even use Maelstrom to heal. He needs to use Maelstrom offensively, and then he can use that again to heal. But he can't use that same Maelstrom charges he has immediately. But also, he needs to get a lot of Maelstrom charges to begin with. It is rough. It is rough. He did such a good job, though. He did hold off for a very long while versus the Warlock. But this Monk is now giving the team a bit of a round for his money. It's going to be Only as well as Rick. Last one left versus Lemon. Not an easy place to be, man. Not an easy spot to be. He doesn't have a lot of health, so as long as you get those lava bursts in, you might be okay, though. Verifies are in. Oh, that zap goes through. Look at him. Well done, well done. Is it FAK next? Is it going to be Lil Burn, or is it going to be Rest in Hell? I like this Mog in particular. I like that chest piece. I like how it goes with his shoulders, I think, and with the gloves really well. That looks really good. It was up next. Is it a feral? It is a feral. Only should be aware. It is a feral druid you'll be fighting up against. It is a kitty cat. It's down to follow. FAK with a bit of a full go. Does get knocked back for a second. He got himself Bark Skin. He got himself plenty of big damage. Wall out for Only, but he's only got one little defensive. That's maybe why his name is Only. He's only got one defensive, really. Bulwark does come out. That's second, actually. Never mind. Not the only one. Only one Bulwark. Does have a burrow under, but I don't think it's going to help you at this point because the Feral got way too much damage. But that's going to take the Feral while he's low, and Rick is going to try to see if he can commit some damage on him. Might need to go for grips on the guy to pull him out from pillar. No, he's actually going to go for a Trinket to break out of the root. Trinket out of the root is some diabolical play. The Feral tried to see if he can leap out of there, but it's going to get going back in. It does go down. Rick has to go up versus two more. Rest in Hell and Lil Burn. It looks like Lil Burn is going to be up next, maybe? Yeah, I think so. Zombies? You're playing a zombie build? Wait, with the zombies, you got to slow him. The zombies are going to take a second before they explode. They have such a delay now. But that is a hell of a play, dude. Zombies, huh? I guess if you get zombies rushing at the guy and you can stun him as zombies explode, that will do a lot of damage, though. Pretty sure they do a lot of damage. But for Rick, if anything, maybe he's playing like super ranged play. Ooh, Void of Facial out for Lil Burn. Try to see if he can get himself a setup. That's probably why though Rick is playing like zombies. Probably like, you know what? I want as much range damage as possible. I'm just going to send those things walking at you. And if you slow down and you have nowhere to go, maybe that'll be enough. Got himself full army of the riders spawning in here. Or at least some of the riders. Try not to break that Bonzo fell if you can help it. Has to help break it either way. Lichborn and IBF are both used. He's got himself Chaos Promotion in. That is still a lot of damage. Try to see if we can back up out of there. More zombos are spawning in. Is it going to be enough damage? They do stun him. But it doesn't matter. Rig just melts. Apparently, Rig just melts behind the pillar. Well, there it is. That was quick. Quick enough for us to maybe get another one going, chat, yeah? Holy. Okay, zombies, probably not that good. Probably not good. That is a hell of a play. I haven't seen those things in a while. I do remember when they were actually really good. Because they hit very hard. How hard do they hit now? Do they hit for anything? I doubt that this guy is expecting to them, is he? Nah, I wish I could see. First someone to DK. Oh, good. Yeah, zombies used to be good way back in the day, but I don't think they're good anymore. I don't even know how much damage they do. That didn't seem like a lot. There's the delay with that stun. They used to just stun you immediately as soon as they walk next to you. There was no cast or nothing. Trying to make a necromancer for someone in the army. I feel that. That would be really cool to see. Ready? Beautiful. And Johnny is ready. Let's do another one. We'll do a Tiger's Peak. If I can know it's called Tigers. Here we go. That should work. Make sure you jump. Jump. Real quick. Alrighty. We'll get this going too. Beautiful. Nice. And switch. Who's up first? Is it going to be Rust in Hell? Didn't really get to play last time, so good thing that they actually get a chance to play this time around. Bot is going to be first up. Last time Bot and Rust in Hell fought each other. Actually, Rust in Hell, I thought was going to be the one on the disadvantage of that fight, but he actually was the one to be the winner, and he's going to be able to get a bit of a rematch with Bot too. This is going to be good for Bot, who's got to lock down in a quick fear. There's a lot of potential damage with that Ascendance, lots of potential damage with all the bursts he's got going on. Rest in Hell with a hunt actually does not get to send it yet, so he still can re-hunt again. He never actually got to send it. Might be able to use it here. Maybe he's going to wait until a big lockdown, or did the hunt connect? Or did that hunt connect? I'm not even sure. It looks like it's still on cooldown. You can still use it. Rest in Hell. Maybe he's saving it now for a little bit later. Got him some the big I-beam, potential loss of damage if he goes for a hunt big glaive too. That could be huge. Got him some plenty of damage and plenty of healing too. The harder he is, the more he heals for. Try to go for a hunt, but it's going to be a route to follow. At least he's got him some the pets to get a lot of healing off of him. Bob backing up out of there. Yet another hunt, trying to reconnect and Rest in Hell making his way over. Sunder with a Sun Totem. This could be huge for Bot, but looks like he just doesn't have follow-up damage and he's going to back up out of there. Play it a little bit more sustained base. Rest in Hell charging in, Stunner with an I-beam, hunt to follow, got into the big glaive right after, getting rid of those. Bot knows he used to back up out of there. That is a lot of potential damage with an I-beam metaphor form as well as a the glaive. Is gonna go knock in the back for a second. Yet another knock. He just trying to keep him at bay. That glaive still connects, and look at the damage it can do by itself. Damn, that glaive by itself does a lot of damage. Stun onto Bot. Rest in Hell with a blade dance does get knocked back yet again. Tempests are flying in from the sky. Bot picking up a bit of healing. Wall keeping it barely alive. Rest in Hell does a full meta in case he ever needs it, but does get rooted yet again. The roots and the knockbacks are keeping him at bay. At some point though, he is going to be able to hopefully get himself lots of healing. Sun Totem for Bot. That's an opportunity. Trying to make a play here. It's going to be a backflip out for the DH. Rushing back in. Is it enough damage? He's got himself lots of pickup. Oh, he does get the kill. That is so clutch. And another Demon Hunter with Eloise up next. Is going to be Rest in Hell. Hopefully going to have to match up Elo. Counter for counter. Is going to have a hunt rolling on him. Imprison up for Elo. Doesn't imprison. That does stop him from taking damage for a second. Fear to follow. Might have to go for meta of his own. Rest in Hell may be in a bit of trouble. Does go imprison onto Elo with a sigil of fear of his own. He's gonna need some healing. He's gonna need some healing, and the only way he can heal is when he does damage. Picking up a bit of dim. Immunity for Elo. First aid. You can see him. You can't stun him. You can't stun the other Demon Hunter while they're immune though. It's going to be a trinket with a blade and trying to take it out. Elo with a glaive at the end. Rushing into the next guy just to pick up whatever healing he can. It's going to be a totem, stop him in place, route to follow. Rest in Hell still has meta. So he still has cooldowns to work with. This is going to be a big hunt to connect into a lasso. That is short though. Very, very short lasso. I-beam to follow for Rest in Hell. Have himself plenty of damage. Backflips out of there. Rushes back in. Big damage onto Only. He's going to try to see if he can get himself some line of sight, but he knows he can't really sit behind pillar a lot. Bulwark is down. Try to see if he can maybe play past the Bulwark. Isn't going to be enough here. He has the Shaman super low. The Shaman can technically still turn around. That is a big ascend with all the ghosties coming out here little by little. As Rest in Hell trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a setup. Stun to follow on to Only. Knock back for a minute. Is it enough? Hold on, only picking up a little bit of random damage. I don't know what health Rest in Hell picked up just now. I don't know where he picked up all that health just for a second, but he did end up getting himself a bit of healing. I have no idea. Is it just some random souls that he's spawning all over the place as he's attacking people? Because he is picking up quite a decent bit of healing overall. Still got meta, still got immunity, and he's probably going to need all the cooldowns versus Rick, who's got himself all the Riders of the Apocalypse in. Darkness down. Whatever things you can do for Rick, that would be the best time to do it. Imprison for a second. Try to see if you can back up out of there. Maybe look at an immunity. If you can keep your health high, you'll be just fine. Does get hit with a stun. Might need to go for immune. That is going to be a lot of damage you can't control. But it still picks up random healing. I don't know if it's from cleaving down the pets or if it's from souls that he's ripping out of Rick's body. But he does get another kill there. And he's kind of out in the open. Unless Jay gives him a chance. Looks like Jay's kind of giving him a chance. Oh no, Jay's definitely giving him a chance. Oh, Rest in Hell. Oh my goodness. Sick to see a good Demon Hunter too. You're good. Seriously, man. Rest in Hell is an excellent Demon Hunter. We've had a couple of Demon Hunters here and there that do well, but Rest in Hell definitely does really, really well. He's going to take a lot of damage from the Frostmage though. Polly, try to go for Sigil of Fear. Immune to Polly. Brandon's going to connect. Has a trinket. He's going to need to use a trinket here, I think. That's going to be way too much damage. No stun. Immunity or something needs to be used. He does use immune. I don't know if he's got first aid. I don't think he has first aid, but even then he'd be polymorph. He'd be polymorph spam on him. Imprison. Does still have meta. No, he doesn't have meta anymore. Oh, he might be in trouble. He needs some CC. He needs something, anything. Back it up. Backflipping out of that. Common Storm is huge. That is going to be helpful. Stun on Jay for a second. He's going to back behind the pillar or back behind the platform. Whatever line of sight can get is going to help. Still ripping souls out of Jay's body. Is going to go for a trinket stun with an ice block. For Rest in Hell, at least he's got himself backing up out of there for a second. He also does have a fly up in the air. Raid from above. He technically does have himself a decent bit of play with that too. Try to go for a kick onto Polly. He's going to go for a backflip. Try to stay midair. Still has a big cleave on a Jay. That is going to do a ton of damage. Jay with a bit of a reversal. Rest in Hell has a hunt back up and everything. He just got to be very careful around the breath. Breath is going to be huge. Crossbomb. Stun. I don't know if he's going to live this. I don't think there's a way to live this. I think he's just over. The shatters are not enough to kill him though. Meta is active. Whatever damage you can do, dodge it out the meteor. I-beam with maybe a hunt. The hunt needs to be activated right now. Whatever healing you can get is going to help. Flying up in the air, just barraging down to Jay. I don't know. Is it going to be enough? There's no shot that's going to be enough, right? There's no shot that's enough. There's no shot that was enough. Oh my God. I can't believe it. There's no way that that was enough. Holy! Oh man! Oh my goodness! That was great. I get this man a champion roll. Yeah, Rest in Hell. Yeah, seriously, type something in Discord, and I'll give you a roll of champion immediately. That deserves a champion roll right there, dude. Seriously, Rest in Hell. If you're a part of our Discord community, either the bot in the chat should be letting you guys know how to join it. There should be a link for it. If you just type anything in the general chat, I'll just give you a champion roll. We usually give out champ roll for anybody that does like 1v4, 1v5 duels. It was incredible, man. It was awesome. Definitely want to recognize that effort. That was epic. That was awesome. That was great. Are we good for another one, chat, or are we done for the night? Because we still have plenty of time. Brick, let me know when you're good. Johnny says he's good. But if Vic says he's good, we should be good then to go, yeah? You want now? Okay, Johnny needs one, and Rick needs two. Okay, we'll list them up, and we'll give it like 5 minutes or so. Looks like you guys just need one more. Yo, it's Resture. I have Discord. Yay, man! Yeah, if you join our Discord channel, if you type anything there, I'll I'll be able to give you the role. So if you type anything in general and let me know that's you, I can give you a role, the general role. What is this? Diablo 4 available now on PlayStation Plus. Celebrate 15 years. Cool. Do people actually use PlayStation Plus? Yeah. Join our channel, our community, and I can give you the role there. Yeah, Rest. If you scroll up in the chat, you should see Nightbot advertising the Discord link. Join our Discord, and if you click the link, you should be able to join it pretty quickly. That works. What works? Oh, the skip for the Okay, so how do you do it specifically, Jake? If you're doing the what's this called? The Gmod skip. How do you specifically? How do you go about doing it? How does that work? So do you have to like have a second instance of WoW and then log? Follow this guy. Okay, we'll do. We'll do. Appreciate it. Yeah, video will work out for me. That'll work for me. But yeah, Rest in Hell, if you join our Disc community and you type anything in general, let me know that's you. I'll just give you the role. That's the only way I can really give people roles. You just gotta type some in first. Buy Binder Drake instantly. Oh, that's another one that I need. I need one of the Drakes. I think I have the Handmaiden, but I need the normal version one. So I'll probably set up and do that. You know what? I'll probably do Gmod first. I want to see if I can get Gmod. And then I'll try to see if I can set up for a I guess the Dragon Soul mount would be doable too, because that is normal. I don't think there's any mythic mounts I can do, can it? No, not really. Not really. Yeah, I need to do a skip for Black Hand though. And then I need to do a skip for the other one. Okay, so I'll give you guys a minute, and if we don't get any bodies, we'll just call it here, because I got stuff I gotta do today anyway. I'm a little behind on everything. One of the issues is saying I'm saved 6, 7 out of 8, but every time I enter it's saying 8 out of 8. Wait, if it's a mythic lockout, then that'll be 8 out of 8. If it's a heroic lockout, then it should be fine. It shouldn't be saving him if it's heroic. Oh, Rest in Hell. There you are, man. There you are. Rose Champion. There it is, man. There you are. All right, so one of you guys are ready. We're waiting for Johnny. It's a rogue. I think it's just not resetting properly. Wait, does that mean it scuffed up your own lockout then? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Johnny, wait, there you are. Wait, also Johnny. I think I need to give him a roll too. Champ as well. Yeah, Johnny, easy champ. I don't know why Johnny hasn't had it yet. There we go. There we go, Johnny. Although that blue, I think it's also sometimes hard to see, but it's been there for like ages though. That blue has been there for literally ages. Are they heroic Dragon Soul? I probably just do the normal. You can't do it on heroic. Okay, so you have to do normal then. Okay. That is weird though. Yeah, that is weird. Oh, I think it's because some of the raids are a special lockout. So Dragon Soul I think is a special lockout, isn't it? Yeah, I think Dragon Soul is basically treats it like it's a mythic lockout. You know how mythic lockout is a separate instance or whatever? Yeah. We got Saya? Oh lordy. Okay. Well, they're picking up big guns apparently. Let's do we'll do Blade's Edge. We'll make this one the last one for the night and we'll do Blade's Edge. Because everybody loves Blade's Edge. That's why, yeah. Yeah. So I guess it has to be normal or heroic depending on the expansion then, yeah? Alrighty. Alrighty, boys. Let's get us another one going here then. Go Twitch. Gonna go park 3-4 characters will sit there. Gonna get the Emerald Drake on my account too. Yeah, might as well at this point. Or you could always switch it up and do Gmod now, right? Do heroic version and do Gmod and get it set up. Alrighty, we got ourselves Twitch. I don't know if I've done that already. We got ourselves Drill Nose joining in as a boomkin. Oh, Night Elf Boomy star form. I'm not used to boomies anymore, man. I just seen boomies. We got Ella, we got ourselves Jay, we got ourselves Rick gonna be first up with Bot in the back, and we got Colbury over for that team too. With that team, we got ourselves Leo, we got ourselves Lil Burn, we got ourselves FBK, and we got Saya. Gotta be joining in, rushing in. The champion of duels. Reflect up immediately for Rick, but Saya is always quick to delay his stuns against certain classes. Warrior, in case there's a reflect. Warlock, in case there's a reflect. He's not gonna immediately hit you with a stun. He just never does that ever. Rick is switching out to Destru this time instead of Demonology, however, so maybe a bit of a different setup versus Saya. Saya with an immediate magic immunity, but it's gonna help him a ton against Rick. Try to see if he can get over there. Again, I think he hasn't stunned him once at all. Or maybe he has? Probably has, actually. Seeing the shrinking out of Rick already. Rick maybe looking for potentially using a wall here. Doesn't go for a Warlock Hauser just to pick up a little bit of healing. Second, see catching Saya, who goes for a Trinket Bolt out of that fear. Trying to see if he can get around it. I think was actually able to walk behind him. Just trying to see if he can literally walk behind, not letting the bolts go off. Just by walking behind the guy. Dude, that's like vanilla strat right there. That's a vanilla WoW strat, man. Get behind him where the kids spin around fast enough and does end up crushing down the lock. That is just way too funny. Well, Drono's gonna be up next as a Bumpkin, trying to see if he can make himself a play versus Saya. Oh, big mushroom damage. Saya may be looking for a bubble here. Hold on a second. Dronos is just not letting Saya off the hook at all. Bear form, cat form, power shifting constantly. Look at that move speed. Again, as soon as Saya tried to get himself any recovery behind the pillar, Dronos is there waiting for him. He's gonna have to go for a lot of healing. Dronos' health is not doing that good, but he stayed very, very aggressive here. Barskin, Renewal, Bear form, Frenzy Region, knocked back, got himself back in the Boomkin form, immediately trying to go for as much damage as possible. Wants to go for healing, but he might be a little bit tough here. I think it's over. I think it might be Saya definitely feels like a slight. Drolo's trying to go for whatever damage he could. He wasn't even playing defensively there at the end at all. He was just trying to see if he could maximize whatever damage he could. Elo tried to see if he can get around the corner. Does go for Blessing of Saying, so Saya does not sit stuns long at all. And Elo is going to make sure they have good line of sight of Saya if they want to go for a proper big old hunt. Is going to be able to connect. Shield of Edits out for Saya. Cleave down onto Saya. I think it connects at least. Elo just needs a little bit of damn. He's going to go for immunity first aid. That's going to help you recover quite a decent bit at least. Blind by Saya. While immune to damage, you're not immune to CC. So for Elo, that healing recovery is just out of the window. Saya able to recover a lot of health. Lay on hands, I don't think I've used yet. Saya's down the bop, bubble, and everything though. Meld into a stun. And Elo trying to go for a bit of damage. Stun around the corner though. It's just, I think, lights. With a full wake of ashes. Yeah. Saya, just the combo he's got going is nuts. But is gonna have to be the guy to bring back glory to the team. Saya immediately hitting him with a Dawn Light queued up already from Elo. She is not. Bot is walking into this one not in a great shape of the bat. She's gonna have to be playing it a little bit more carefully from the start. Though knowing that Saya does not have any big immunities anymore, this gives him a window. Potentially take down Saya. If he gets him in a good spot. Stun is going to go for a trinket. Full ascend is active. If he can stay on top of Saya, he'll be in a good spot. Got him some plenty of mobility. Wind strikes are cracking through Saya's defenses. This is plenty of damage. Saya's got lots of mobility rushing out. Got him some lots of healing with his shield of Venice, Dawn Light, everything to keep himself afloat here. His bot looking to catch up to him as quickly as possible. Does Saya have another set of wings? Next stun could be very deadly. Bot making sure to keep himself alive here as best as possible. Light and lasso, but potentially knock Saya out in the open. And he's going to drop a totem on top of him just so you can stay on him. Does Saya have a lay on hands? The question is, if he doesn't, he'll be in a rough spot. If he does have lay on hands, then he's okay. God, bot super low. Hold on, next stun could be deadly. Bot with a bulwark. Oh my god, he got so low. Saya, what is this damage you got? Stun totem around the corner. It's not going to connect. Takes down totem. Taking down totem. Bot got himself Doom wins coming up very soon. Ghosts potentially. Maybe a bit of that little bloodlust. Actually, I don't know if he's running that heroism, that 1 minute heroism. Maybe. But Bot trying to get himself in a better position. Got himself at least healed up. With Saya going in for full wake of ashes. Those Templars are just smacking right through. Dawn Light not feeling good at all. Rooting Saya down below, so it gives Bot at least an opportunity to catch up a little bit of healing. But Saya's already up the ramp, up the platform. Shield of Venice ready to go. Got himself bubble coming in about 17, 16 seconds. So Bot has a limited window. If you are going to land a kill on Saya, you have to go do it now. 10 seconds is all you have. Might just have to play it super slow, super passive. This is your chance. Unless you just commit. Stun by Saya. 4 seconds. 3. He got to ball it back up. So Bot is going to have to play around the immunity now. He's going to have to play very carefully. Needs a lot of healing. Lot of healing. Lots of maelstrom built up and a lot of healing. Try to see if you can maybe root down Saya. And freedom keeping him moving though. Got himself Ghost Soul, so it's going to give him lots of resources to work with. Try to go for a potentially knock-up. Does not quite connect with a knock-up. Did go knock for Saya, but Bot is up with no health at all. I think it's lights. Yeah, Saya with a hammer around the corner. Nothing he can do there. Quick regenerate. I don't even know if you use lay on hands, but Bubble and Bop are coming back up off cooldown at the same time. So Saya is back up and he's full healthy. He's got a wizard to fight through. Wait, is Jace the last one? Is Jace the last one? Seriously? That quick? He's just tearing apart through a team real fast. Stun onto Jay. Got himself a big wake of ashes to follow up. Polly right after. Jay looking to lock him down. Jay needs to play around the bubble and bop. There goes the immediate bubble. Doesn't even go for bop. But Jay's gonna have to go for block here. I think he just has to. He just has to counter him. He can't lose health. He can't lose health. He can't lose health. Otherwise, I think he's just gonna fall behind. In an unwinnable situation. Does get flurries onto Saya. That's an opportunity to at least get some damage going. Maybe get a spell warden out of the guy. Frostbomb, everything available. Will not have a proper stun, but does have some big comments from Meteor. Shield of Edits absorbing a lot of it. Jay does have shields to keep himself afloat here as well. He's trying to see if he can stay away from Saya. Saya next time could be very deadly. Jay with an ultra, so at least he can recover a bit of health. Saya also looking for a bit more of a defensive self-play with the Dawn Light. Jay does pick up a little bit of health while ultra, not as much with 32% dampening them. And Saya is looking to potentially get a block on him. That'll be the first block on a Jay. And Jay's first block gonna let him recover a little bit of health. Saya at this point does have lay on hands, does have spell warden. So Jay's gonna have to be very careful here. He's gonna have to find a way out of this CC, but it's going to be meter blind. Wake of Ashes, Dawn Lights are on him. He won't be able to bubble for a while. I think it just might be lights for Jay potentially, unless he can play it super defensively. Got himself a bit of the ultra, so at least he can reposition possibly. Saya is going to chase after him. Stun to follow. Can blink, does go for a trinket. Breath to follow. Poly right after, does go for a trinket. I think it's lights. No, one more bubble. I don't know how Jay can come back here. I don't think there's a chance. I think this just shows you how strong paladins are in that 1v1 environment. And Jay is left with not a lot. Technically can go for one last stun onto Saya. Technically he could kill Saya, actually. He has a chance, because Saya cannot spell Warden to break out of a stun. Poly, full burst. This is your last chance. Last chance. He can't spell Warden this. He can't break out of a stun. He can only wall. That is a lot of damage. Wait a second. Spell Warden last second. No. I was thinking Jay would be it. I was thinking for Jay this would be it. Nah. He tactically had last chance to win it. That stun, Saya can't break out of it. He can't spell Warden it. He can't do nothing about it. He can only wall, but that barely does nothing. 10% damage reduction is like nothing. The drop in a bucket. That is crazy. Crazy. Let's play last queue. Nah, boys, I think we'll call it. Like I said, I have stuff I gotta do, and yeah. I have stuff I gotta do. Next week, though, we do more games, yeah? Next week, we do more games. Thank you all so much for joining me, boys. I appreciate you. Next week, I'll be on time. I'm not gonna be late next week. So we're gonna get a bunch of games in. How did that sound? Fantastic games from everybody tonight, by the way. These were awesome. I love the matches we had this evening. These were amazing, dude. Pirate Saya just comes in and just rips everyone's victory away from their hands, man. Jay played that correctly at the end, too. He played that perfectly. That is how he's supposed to do it. He stunned him, he popped burst, and at that point, he's hoping for crits, hoping for shatters. He got him so close. So close. Nothing else he could have done there. He actually played it so perfectly. He did it correctly. Literally nothing else he could have done differently. At that point, you're hoping for Ray of Frost, Frozen Orb, all those things to get all the shatter bonuses. That's all. Maybe, I guess you could use Breath, Poly, Frozen Bomb, then go for the stun, and then set up some stuff so the Frozen Bomb does go off during the Ray of Frost. I'm pretty sure Frozen Bomb did go off, but this way you can kind of cook it a little early so that it doesn't break a little early. So then maybe it just does enough damage before Saya gets out of the stun. At that point, though, who knows? I'll have to go back and look, but I think he played that as best as he could. Boys, thank you. Patch 0 is so sure, man. I lived because I kept wall. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Divine protection. Yeah, it's only 10% DR, but at that point, like if he got enough crits, I think it would have been a loss. But it's literally RNG, man. He didn't RNG well enough with crits. That wall did save you. That needed to be there. That did need to be there. I feel like if he crit and because if he didn't have wall, he would have died. But with a wall, Jay needs to crit. Doesn't get the crits. It's over. That's rough. That is crazy though, how close that was. Guys, have a good one, though. I appreciate you all so much coming by. More duels next week. Tomorrow is a day off for me. Monday is also a day off. Tuesday we're back. Wednesday we're doing stuff. Thursday raid testing. I think maybe Friday also raid testing, and then Saturday duels. Maybe we'll skip duels Friday and do more raid testing Friday instead, chat. It's a possibility. I'll hopefully let you guys know on Discord if something changes. Yeah, I'll post about it. But yo, you guys have a good one. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks so much for coming by. Appreciate ya. And I'll catch all of you guys on the next one. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty. Peace.
Try pop on the left side, put it up in your eyes.